special invite to my party. Sweetness inside of my party.
So in Barbados, right?
Uh-huh.
You're a three-time People's Monarch,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
overall, say that again?
Yeah, 3 times People's Monarch. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're overall six-time Music Award winner, right? You won the Road Match title with Soca Junkie. You're also the recipient of an International Soca Music Award. So I want to know, how does it feel to have all these crowns on your head?
I mean, um, I tell you, for me, I don't really see music like that.
Okay, how do you see it?
Because for me, I see myself as like an artist. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if titles come, they come.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is the artistry for me, and like trying to be as creative as possible
Right.
for the, I mean, for the people is really
Mm-hmm.
putting it out there. Titles, I am happy for them, but I mean, it looks good on your resume and it says a lot about your journey. And
Right.
for me, it's always also about that pursuit of excellence and like staying consistent, because from Michael Jackson right back down, and he was what we
Mm-hmm.
can sing apart. He was never
Mm-hmm.
like on top 24/7, 365. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
You got your peaks and your troughs, but the important thing is to remain true to who you are, and keep being creative and pursuing excellence.
I
You know what I mean?
agree.
So I would like to think that when the history books are written, or when I've long passed and gone into ash, that when you hear Mr. Dale or the name Mr. Dale, you think
Mhm.
quality, you know,
Right.
because
Right.
you're not always gonna have a number one tune. You're not always gonna have a blazing, so it just ain't
Mm-hmm.
possible. You know what I mean? Well,
Mm-hmm.
except for Marshall, sir. Just kidding. You hear that, boy, what going on, boy?
You're a mess. I can't.
Good night. How you doing?
I'm good on yourself.
As good as you, but hey, giving thanks, giving thanks.
You studied the thing now. You studied the thing. You're good. You're set.
I as good as I could be.
All right, man. We love that. We love that.
A technological newbie.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I said, wait, let me send the request
Yeah.
because I don't know if you know how to send it. So I was like, it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult. Trust me, even for me. Don't feel no way. Don't feel no way. I want to thank you for joining me on Behind the Soca tonight.
Yeah, man, respect every
Yeah,
time. And
yeah, yeah. So I just want to make sure you're feeling good. I don't know if you have something to drink.
we got a little drink here. We got a little drink set up.
What you
Yeah.
drinking? What you drink? Somebody drinking sour and somebody
Oh
drinking
no, I
cut water.
drinking ragamuffin rum punch. That's
What?
unapologetic plug.
I have never heard of that.
Look, you got
Mm-mm.
this the bomb. For real, for real. This the
So
bomb.
is that okay?
It's locally made. And
Oh,
by
because I
local,
was like, nobody never told me about this, and I speak to a lot of people.
I
But
get something for you. Do that. I
you
promise
got
you that.
something for me?
I will. I promise you that.
Niceness. So, people, we have the original Soca Junkie,
Boom, boom,
Mr.
bam.
Dale,
Yeah.
Behind the Soca tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, tell us where you're hailing from now.
And of course, I'm from Barbados, the
Oh,
beautiful
what?
island paradise of Barbados.
Mm, mm, mm. So, and what part of Barbados?
What are you saying? What are you
No, no,
saying?
I'm gonna tell you after. What part of Barbados? What part?
I really from town. I'm from Deacons. I'm from Deacons Farm. Yeah.
Okay, never been there. I
I
know.
live in the
I'm.
You've never been to Barbados?
No, I've been to Barbados,
Oh.
but I've been to St. Philip's and Charcoal and Sunbury
Uh,
Plantations, I think it's called. Yeah, but normally when I have an occasion, I try to wear something blue.
yeah, yeah.
But I had so
Black
many
is good.
Bajans,
Black is good. Black is part of everything too.
black,
Blue, yellow, and
black.
black.
See,
Good,
yes,
you're good. You're good. You're good.
yes, yes.
Don't worry yourself. You're good.
Yeah, Bajan in the house. So I just want to make sure. You keep yourself in an angle so that everybody see your whole face.
You hear me now?
You're
Right.
good. Real good. Real good. Real good. Everybody saying Bajan in the house. Yes, we have a Bajan in the house.
Yeah.
So somebody DM me and was like, "Oh my God, he's a real bad writer." You know, I was like, "Yeah, but
Oh, oh,
we're
okay.
gonna jump into it because when they see who I have on, they always comment and message me about something. They wanna ask something. I want to make sure you can see the comments,
Yeah, I open. Yeah, man, for
right?
sure.
And if you can't see the comments, let me know and I'll read it for you.
For sure.
Because sometimes they might ask questions. I want to make sure we answer everyone.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Right? Nice, nice,
No
nice. So,
problem about
um,
it.
wait, but what? So, what year did you start singing
Woo,
soca
Lord.
professionally? You see that? Woo!
Professionally, my goodness. Let's say that I came into the game probably like at 90, sometime like 97 or so. Uh,
Whoa!
yeah,
Well,
so,
I must say, the industry did not take a toll on you, my friend,
uh,
and that is big.
I don't stress out. Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
you're right. You're right. Wait, so what was it first?
But
What was the first song you released?
my first song, well, in terms of like serious party song, I mean, the first hit that you would know would have been something. Well, you would have know that Kilele, 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 Pam Pam. Yeah, you
Get
know I did.
all of yeah.
Kilele, Pam. Yeah, that's my first hit. That was my first hit.
You
And what
sang that?
I sang that, yeah,
So you see, on Behind
yeah.
the Soca, I too does learn, right?
Oh, well, small world. You can't really hide and bring out soca,
Look at
you
people
know.
dropping flames already. They know the song. Wait, was that with a band?
Sorry, no, that was myself featuring my man. Yeah, but that song did really well. It started off to do well in Trinidad, and then it went on. But it did very well in like the French territories because the Kilele is
Yes.
like a Creole slang too, you know. So that
Somebody
was
done somebody done asking a question. Oh, they can't wait, boy.
that.
Hey,
Oh, oh,
what are the best artists out of it? Hey, you ain't gonna lie, because people done saying big tune. I can't believe.
yeah, man. And you
I
didn't know
did
that? Oh,
I
wow.
didn't I will apologize. I didn't really get too deep in the
Oh, good.
archives, you know. I just
Yeah,
normally go digging.
because
I did.
I ain't new to this, but I
No,
too to.
no, I know. But I did scrub your Instagram
Oh, okay.
and your 10K something followers. And from the time I see 10K, I was like, yeah, he have a big fan base from a long time.
Yeah, we
Right?
got quite a few soca junkies out there. Yeah, for real.
Yes. But
Yeah.
before you said what?
I said large up to them, large up to the junk.
Larger, yeah, big up all the soccer junkies, of
Yeah, man.
course. But before the Kilele, what was the song that you released? Like when you first step on the
Um,
soca scene?
there was something called Soca Warriors. It was an up tempo song.
I
Yeah.
want to hear a piece of that.
I know. I know. You may not know it though. It's like Soca Warriors, Soca Warriors, Soca. Bring your rag and your wave and come, Soca. Let you have it. It's a real
It's
gritty big
fast.
kind of vibe thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was a
Wow.
tunes. But before that, I was doing, I started really before going into the soca side of things. I was doing a lot of social commentary, and that's when I really came into the game. But my first real soca
Oh.
along that line was, and then of course the Kilele was the next year. Kilele was like 98 or so. Yeah, yeah, man. So
Wow.
all the way
A
to France,
legend in this business.
all of the French territories, the Guadeloupe, back in Saint Lucia, Martinique,
Mm.
France. So that was really a song that was originally done by the Opel. So when we did over that song, and we put our own thing to it, a modern vibe, and it just boom, just took off, man. That was
Mm. So
that
did
was
you
a
have to get that clear?
sorry.
Did you have to get it clear through them to do
Yeah,
it?
no, no, actually one of the original writers of the tune was like
Mm-hmm.
my mentor, a guy called Foreigner Frank. He works with it's like he's like anybody who deep into soca, especially from a Bajan point of view, would know well. He's like the griot, the uncle.
Mm.
Yeah. So he's the one who would have pushed me to do it, because
Right.
in those times that was like one of my mentors, and up to this day he still guide me, but yeah, so he was one of the
That's
original
true.
members of the Opels, and we made that move. So it was, yeah, man,
That's
that was
that's good. That's good. So would you say so was he the one that inspired you to start singing soca?
um I would say between him and between Foreigner Frank and Chris Allman, because like I said, I came into the game as like a calypsonian, you know what I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
straight up social commentary and political songs, and the slow BPM. What we call partner.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But
Wait. So do you remember one of those social commentaries to give us a
oh,
piece?
oh Lord. There's a song that is any Bajan at all that understand or know
Mm-hmm.
the history of Calypso. All you gotta do is tell them, sing this for them. Tell me, Mr. Dale, and they can say, "You just keep it real." That's that was one of them.
Way,
It
way.
was that. I used to tell a story about.
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell a story about my malicious neighbor Mavis. Right?
As a real person, or you make up that?
Yeah. That no. That was all fictional.
Oh, because I'm about to say,
I
you
think.
and
I
Mavis gonna
think
be at war. What?
I used to go like, well, I got a problem with my malicious neighbor Mavis. This woman amazing, always up in everybody business. No matter the problem, she would lick the main boat from Maine to Spain. And you're never too big to think that Mavis would not talk your name. That kind of, that's like,
Nice.
we come from a history, I mean, a deep, deep history in terms of I was a real, real calypso lover. Love of the art form.
Mm,
A lot of people were telling me, man, Dale, look, you're doing this thing well, but, obviously you want to spread your wings, and, you see that.
right.
And I was one of the younger people doing the calypso, but
Mm,
was the kind of thing was is traditionally our thing, it doesn't really go past that particular year, or when the season is finished, there's really no outlet for it, unfortunately. So,
understood. And you
so
are
that
so
was,
right.
yeah. So the guys were like, nah, man, you got to start singing some party music.
Right. Okay. So that what made you cross over.
Yeah, for sure. And I wouldn't really say like crossover because I
Mm-hmm.
never stopped checking
Okay.
for calypso, but
Okay.
that's what made me like spread my wings and look towards,
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you,
yeah,
even though you started singing soca, if you used to go back and give a little
yeah.
calypso.
I
Yeah,
always used to like, you know, you gotta stay humble in this game, and
that's
I
right.
obviously the killer late take off big, and you're all over the place performing, but I always sing in the tents. I always up to now I still sing calypso in the tent.
Nice.
In the calypso competition. Although a lot of my fans keep saying, "Man, you should just compete," come out, and because
Right.
they miss some of them miss that kind of thing. But for me, is about the culture and enjoying the these are God's gifts to you, and I
Right.
share it. I share it with the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I stopped
Right.
singing. So I've always written. In the past, I wrote for two of the previous winners of the Junior Monarch.
Mm,
So it's still involved in the culture, although you might not be mainstream or trending, right away. You always stay humble and stay grounded with what you're working with, and that's the
that's
culture.
true.
Yeah, for sure.
So, so even when you were doing it before, right? You never competed. Like, was competition not really a thing?
Oh yeah. I went to finals already. I came third,
Oh,
came fourth, came fifth. Yeah, I,
oh,
I went.
nice.
I went to the finals in Barbados already. But I
Okay.
mean, for me, after a while, you're writing songs, and I was kind of provocative too. Put a lot of pressure on the government, and then you're hearing, you know how it goes,
Yes,
rhetoric.
yes.
Yeah, and then I got fed up with sometimes the lawyers would come calling and you
Yeah.
got to change this or so
Oh,
much, and sometimes too, sometimes I mean a lot of the a lot of the calypso is meant to be is fun, yes, but it's still educating the masses, and I find a lot of people start to get too thin skinned. So
right.
I say
Yeah.
party for me, party
Understood.
for me.
Yeah.
Because the same fans, mind you, the same fans that cheering for you, yes, hit them and do this and blind the government and do the when the legal thing come calling, you can't find them.
They're out at that one.
God.
They're staying in the commentary bacchanal, but they're not with the
Yeah,
legal bacchanal.
yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. But when you started singing soca, right? When you're like,
Hmm.
all right, you know what? Let me step into this side and see what is the real scene.
Yeah.
Who would you say are some of the artists that you looked at when when you started
Yeah.
performing and
Um,
stuff? Who were some of them that you like? Oh, let me see how they work the stage and do these things.
yeah. There was a guy who used to work, I mean, legendary worker to me, right? Leon Caldero.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, he could have really worked soca stage.
yeah.
Um, of course, there was Tambu.
Oh, wow.
Rudder. Well, obviously, my name is Dale Rudder, but I was more a Tambu fan.
Yeah.
Um, I I used to like. Obviously, you can't really come around soca in that time and
Mhm.
not get caught up in the magnet that was Super Blue.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Super Blue
Yeah.
and Ronnie McIntosh in terms of soca.
Mm-hmm.
Locally, I had a lot of mentors in terms like John King,
Mm-hmm.
Red Plastic Bag.
Red
Yeah,
plastic bag.
yeah, like an uncle to me.
Yeah.
We talk almost every day. We talk a lot, and
Nice.
so these guys, once I was a youngster in the game, these guys were constantly like showing me, well, yeah, you do this, yeah, don't do that. And
Mm-hmm. I like
so
that though. And I feel
yeah,
like
yeah, kind of
like
embrace me. And
yes.
they
Yeah,
really,
that's
yeah,
good.
they really,
Because
really
we
did.
need that.
Yeah, of course, and what you gotta do to I in turn, you groom some youngsters as well because you had,
Right.
yeah, for real. Hmm.
You're
That's how it
talking
goes.
you're talking wonderful things here, right? Um,
But you
no,
gotta,
when I ask you what year you jumped on the soca scene,
hmm.
you was like, ugh. So this question might make you even you might fall out your chair with this one,
Oh
right?
God,
Right?
oh God.
Two dates, Mr. Dale. Two
Today,
dates.
today.
How many songs are in your catalog?
Wow. Oh God. This for
To
me.
include,
I've written for a lot of people. I've
I
written for
know, but we ain't reached there
Yes,
yet.
right. For Alisa Hines. I've written for Mikey, TC, Natalie, quite a few people. So,
Right.
including songs I've written as well, or do you
Yeah,
mean
and to include collaborations.
and collaborations? I would say like 100 plus.
Ooh.
I'd say 100 plus.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 100 plus for sure. Yeah,
But
yeah.
how many out of that 100 plus euro for yourself? All?
Um, or if I've had people write for me, that's what you mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I came into the game as a songwriter first, but I
Mm-hmm.
years I have taken songs from people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Once in a while, because like sometimes you think you can do it all because most of my songs would have started on the guitar, Miss Faithful here with me, and then you learn a few chords and
Right.
progress like that. But I can tell you the truth. anybody who's a singer songwriter, especially if you're performing on a regular, there will
Mm-hmm.
come a time that you need to say, all right, let me try some, because it gets a
Yeah.
little, your metering, your style, everything, you need to remember,
Mm,
you know, so you need to try different writers for real. So
yeah.
have worked with other people, indeed, indeed.
Oh, so you play the guitar?
A little bit, just a little bit,
Is
just a
it
little bit.
very?
But that's how I used to start my songs and, get
Yeah.
inspiration, spend a lot hours up on the guitar and,
Nice.
yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think sometimes you want to change in sound. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, it's good to go and, work with another writer to get
yeah.
that vibe. Because
And let
after
go
a while,
go. You gotta let
huh?
go the ego sometimes.
Let go the ego. Let go the ego. Yeah, yeah. Like as you say, stay humble in the business.
Yeah, but trust me, one thing that I could tell you, right? And from
Mhm.
experience, music will humble you. Yeah,
Huh.
music will humble you.
Yes,
Trust me.
it will. And
It
I
will.
think everyone else that's in the
Self,
industry
right?
online.
Sorry?
I think everyone else that online right now that's in the industry could attest to that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So who are some of the producers you have worked with over the
uh,
years?
I've worked with Peter Coppin. I've worked with Just D Johnson.
Mhm.
Worked with Chris Allman for sure. I've worked with Kurt Arthur. Quite a few. Quite a few. Quite.
Nice,
Yeah, yeah.
nice. So
I've,
when, go ahead.
go ahead. I'm trying to. Um, guy from Phillips from Trinidad. Uh,
Casey Phillips?
I've worked with KC.
Okay.
Myself, me and Allison did a song, a collaboration. Me and Allison
Mm-hmm.
Hine. What up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did a collaboration on a rhythm that KC did. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember it?
Yeah, the song is called uh, Baddest. Yeah, Baddest. I know Allison was like, walk it on me, walk it on me, walk it on me, make everybody see. I know she was looking up for it, right?
Like it was focused on that part, boy.
Maddest. You are the maddest fine. Yeah, yeah, that was it. That was it.
Mm.
You can check it when you're ready. When you're ready, you check it
Yes,
out.
yeah,
Crazy, crazy,
yeah.
crazy tune, but KC was always like a next level kind of fella.
Yes, yeah. He's still that way. I work with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's still that way. He's still next level. He
yeah.
always
I
on
remember.
to the next. Yeah,
I
he's
remember.
doing like a lot of mainstream stuff now too.
Yeah, yeah. He told me
Yeah,
that recently. But I remember
yeah,
when he called me for this, he was like, "Yo, deal, something here different for you." Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, you and let's explore." So he said, like, let's explore a collaboration. So I thought, he had somebody for me. He said, call Allison. I was like, whoa, okay, all right. But and you can drop names like that, it's KC, so it's not,
yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard- yeah, for sure,
Mhm.
yeah.
So when you started performing and stuff in Barbados, were you like well received by the other Bajan artists?
Um, I tell you this, I come from a sporting background. Where I was
Mm.
yeah, I was a sportsman, a national sportsman actually. So
Mm.
beginning it was a little yeah, but then as I was you laughing, but then they kind of accepted me like yeah, 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 yeah.
What
you
what
know what
what did you used to do? Soccer, track?
yeah, I played soccer and tennis for Barbados. Yeah, I was a national player.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
Plenty
man.
behind you.
Sorry.
I said there's plenty behind you.
Right. A little bit.
Mm.
Keep working, we keep
This is
working.
why we on Behind the Soca. We finding those things
There
here.
you there you go, behind the soul.
Mm. So was it that they look at you like the sportsman coming to
Yeah,
do it?
yeah, almost like an outsider. You come to steal my joy. Who's you? Yeah, you can't be serious. And then obviously,
Really?
then they realize, this boy like he got some talent. So it was from there. It was all love. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, you're talented all around.
Why we try? That's God. God work.
Well rounded, yeah. So,
God. God.
now that you said that, would you say it was easy for you to or challenging for you to get like airplay and bookings outside of Barbados and so on?
But you know, outside of Barbados goes, you must have a blazer. You gotta have
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have a blazer, even if it's just to get your foot in the door and let people know. Well, this is whatever. This Mr. Dale. This is whoever. Announce yourself as an artist. You
Right,
need you need the right connects. You need to speak to the right people in these times. I mean, there's a lot more emphasis too in these times with social media, and you know, people do collaborations. They got lives, and we come on do things like this. But uh,
right.
in the 90s, 2000 early, wasn't really much of that.
You didn't have that, yeah.
No Instagram, so we had to go out there and work for your fans and meet
Mm-hmm.
them live, and this that would be a different life.
Yes,
Life with
yes.
you know, you roll with your and you got your CDs.
Yeah.
You meet the fans. You sell your CDs. You sign your photos, and
Mm-hmm.
that's that kind of thing.
That's groundwork there.
That's work. Trust me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I see this now, I'll be like, wow, wow. Not that I'm
Mm-hmm.
an old man, but I could say that technology really helped because
Right.
recently.
Yeah. You're not a old man. What you talking about? All right, I want to shout Paris Kuti and passing through, but um man, that's a time where it's like you really, really have to put in your work. You
Yeah.
can't it doesn't have no social media or nothing for you to rely on. Like you
No,
really have to go there.
there was no IG on and so back then. Nah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta work, gotta network and work.
That's
Yeah.
true. How many countries outside of Barbados would you say you have performed in? And which one of them was your most loved performance?
Let me see. Boy, I get a lot of love in England, but I tell you this, me and the most amazing response, well, in terms of real love I would have received outside, well, in France as well, but
Mm-hmm.
Martinique,
Oh, with the Killalay?
yeah, with Killer Lit. But
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, um, about 10 years, a few years ago, myself and Biggie Irie, we did the water festival in Sweden. Oh my,
Wow.
yeah, that was surprisingly, you know what I mean? Like from ball one, everybody was like, yeah, yeah, let's come to party. It was mind
You had
boggling
a
for
blast.
I didn't expect it, honestly. We didn't expect it. We talk about it up to this day. Me and Biggie, we still talk about, yeah, boy, that's, and I mean, people party and respond from the first note. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That was an amazing experience for real. That's one that really it stays in my head for real.
Were you nervous going?
Well, yeah, to get there, I mean, to me, sometimes, regardless of how long you on stage, right, or you
Mhm.
involved, it's
Mhm.
got a little bit of, if you ain't got that little nervous vibe no more, probably ain't worth it. It's got,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's got a little thing, a little, yeah,
Mm. All right. Yeah,
but yeah,
because you was like you didn't know what to expect, so I wanted to know if you were
exactly.
nervous.
We didn't have a clue what to expect, right, for real.
Mm. But you felt good when you saw the response, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, man, it was massive. When I say massive, it was massive for real.
Mm.
Really good, massive crowd response, and they responded to everything. They sang
That's
along.
nice.
These people really really were
They
looking forward
into it.
to music. Very into it. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think they still have a big soca in Sweden or something like that. Well, I think they're still doing something like
Forgot water. I think it was at that time. I think it's water festival
that.
or something.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure if they still have that event. But I know that was
Right.
yeah, that was a major event for sure.
So, tell us how you came to be afforded the opportunity to perform at the 2012 London
Oh, and the Olympics
Olympics Diaspora Showcase. You forgot about that, huh?
is, I think they threw out an open call for artists around the Caribbean. Right.
Mm,
Actually, that was another event where the response was amazing as well. That's why I said
nice.
UK, right? Um, Yeah, so we submitted our work and whatever.
Right.
I think at that time I had just, I think 2011, I had probably just, I had won People's Monarch in 2011 with a
Okay.
song Drop It. So then I still had the Soca Junkie, which was still blazing. I mean, it's still
Mm-hmm.
blazing, but so we submitted our work, and a lot of the artists from around the Caribbean, and they chose like myself and Arturo Tapin from Barbados,
Right.
and there was a guy from Jamaica. Oh Lord, don't let me cheat on my girl. I can't remember his name at all.
Oh,
Martin,
okay.
something Martin, something Martin,
Not Christopher Martin.
Chris Martin. Yeah,
Chris Martin,
he
yeah.
was there
Mm-hmm.
representing Jamaica. There were quite a few of the island, like 8 to 10 artists from the Caribbean, and we had
Mm-hmm.
major showcase, and it was awesome, man. And all the flags, and everybody was there.
Oh,
A real
nice.
gala. Yeah, it was really, really, really good. Yeah.
That's Chris Martin, yeah. Yeah, he said Chris Martin. The revision can make sure you get it right. So in Barbados, right?
Uh-huh.
You're three-time people's monarch
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
overall, say that again?
Yeah, 3 times People's Monarch, yeah.
Yeah, and your overall six-time music award winner, right? You won the road match title with Soca Junkie. You're also the recipient of an international soca music award. So I want to know, how does it feel to have all these crowns on your head?
I mean, um, I tell you, for me, I don't really see music like that.
Okay, how do you see it?
Because for me, I see myself as like an artist. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if if titles come, they come.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is the artistry for me, and like trying to be as creative as possible
Right.
for the I mean, for the people, is really
Mm-hmm.
putting it out there. Titles, I am happy for them, but I mean, it looks good on your resume, and it says a lot about your journey. And
Right.
for me, it's always also about that pursuit of excellence, and like staying consistent. Because from Michael Jackson right back down, and he was what we
Mm-hmm.
can king of pop. He was never
Mm-hmm.
like on top 24/7, 365. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
You got your peaks and your troughs, but the important thing is to remain true to who you are, and keep being creative, and pursuing excellence.
I
You know what I mean?
agree.
So I would like to think that when the history books are written, or when I've long passed and gone into ash, that when you hear Mr. Dale or the name Mr. Dale, you think quality, you know
Right.
because
Right.
you're not always gonna have a number one tune. You're not always gonna have a blazing, so it just ain't
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. Well,
Mm-hmm.
except for Marshall, sir. Just kidding. You hear that, boy, what going on, boy?
You're a mess. I can't. But yeah, you're right. You're right. So
you
you
just
just
got
gotta roll with it. Yeah.
you just got to remain consistent, and
Mm-hmm.
they
Do you think
they
it's kind of tough? Like,
think like,
do here's a rum punch that he said I have to try, that I have to get familiar with. Do you think it's kind of tough? Like, I don't know. I know you said you have been like kind of coaching some younger artists and so on, right? You think it's kind of tough for them to stay consistent?
to stay. Um, I think that once they mature and understand that it's not only about the what we call forward, or
Right.
after they mature, and get into the whole artistry of it, and you
Mm-hmm.
know understand that is
Yeah, yeah.
that's part
Yeah.
and part of the business that we in.
That's
You're
true.
hot today, not so hot tomorrow, but the
Mm-hmm.
important is that you maintain the quality,
Right.
and
Right.
in the music, so
Yeah. Yeah. That's don't let that deter you, more or less.
yeah, for sure. I remember
Mhm.
foreigner friend used to tell me, brother. if you can't perform your song, you can't see yourself perform your song when you're 60, don't do it now. I was like,
Oh.
yeah, and at first I was like, what stupidness this man talking.
I'm done.
But then, but then as time went on, I get to see, he's saying like,
What he's saying, right. You
yeah.
probably, but you're not thinking about it at that point in time,
No,
but
no, yeah, nah, not at all.
hmm. Somebody saying, oh, so Danny's saying, Frank, is that for real? Yeah. But so I know that you fly the Bajan flag very high, right?
And respect, yeah, every time.
Mhm. Right.
Big
So,
big up
but
Edwin Howell logged on.
say that again.
I said Edwin Howell, big up Edwin Howell. I see the bill
Oh,
Bajan.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I know you fly the Bajan flag high. Just in my tongue here. I know you fly the Bajan. I ain't drinking, you drinking. I know you fly the Bajan flag very high, right?
Yeah.
Um, so, but if there is something that you could change for the betterment of the soca culture in Barbados, what would that be?
I mean, all right. For me, I mean, is a little different because I like to encourage creativity, and a lot of the more mature artists gotta remember that we were teenagers at one point, So
Right.
yeah, yeah. But what we must do, I mean, the one thing that whether you're high, low, whether you got a big hit, the one thing that must resonate is, and I keep emphasizing the word quality.
Mm,
Right?
yeah.
Focus on melody, right? In everything you do.
Hmm.
I mean, always give a good quality vocal. Vocal is very important. Work on your
Hmm.
vocals. Nobody ain't born being the best singer, but keep working and practicing on your craft.
Right.
Learn an instrument. Please learn an instrument. It
Hmm.
helps. It helps everybody. It helps. Learn
Yeah.
to play it for real. Um, and stay humble. Keep pursuing excellence. For me, I notice nowadays, like, I don't want, again, you ain't dating yourself, but in times gone, we would find a creative way to say, like, mm, Rain is kind of pretty. Uh,
Right.
and I would say something like, girl, you look like you could really make it rain.
Hmm.
And at least it got you thinking in terms of what the hell he talking about, or it gives some kind of, it more provokes thought.
Yeah. That's my tag, by the way. Make it rain.
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
yo, but now everybody's direct and
Yeah.
doing this here and rah rah.
Right. Oh, I get what you're
You
saying.
gotta be creative with it because
Yes.
after a while the whole crass vibe that gone,
Mm-hmm.
that gone,
Mm-hmm.
gone, just gone.
So the real Bajan King wants to know what made you sing Kakalili. I mean, I think we touched on that, but
Uh,
just for the real Bajan King, let him know what
oh,
made you sing Kakalili.
Kilele was again that
No,
was
sorry, I'm mixing it up.
mixing up.
Kilili.
Kalele, you mean Kilele,
Kilili. I don't
Kilele.
know. Kakalili. I think that's Denise Belfort. Where I going?
Oh,
Yes.
and I was going like,
Kilili.
yeah, Kilele. That, like I said, that was Warner Frank is the one who really, because he was one of the original writers, and he came to me with it, and I was,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, I really like this. He said, "Brother, you could put a modern twist on it, and you got creative freedom." So what we did, I wrote the melody for some things. I added a chant. I brought in my man who we had a band called Storm,
Okay.
and Storm was Nigel and Marvin Lewis, but more Marvin Lewis from Trinidad,
Wow.
myself, yeah, myself and Magnet Man from Barbados. Yeah,
Mhm. So
that's a
two
little bit.
Bajans and a Trini.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, so it worked well. The one of the things I think Anthony Lohar, either Anthony Lohar or Andrew Denny would have worked on that. But
Mm.
up to this day, guys still speak about the sonic effect of Killalea because to them it kind of changed the landscape. You know, it was like
Wow.
what we in music call hitting hard. It used to hit,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know, it would whoa come out of the it just really explosive in terms of
Mm-hmm.
where it was going sonically. So that paved the
It's
way for a lot.
always have that one, right?
You just have a one, but that's the beginning. That's the start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It just always have that one. That's
yeah,
just the, like everybody like, wait, where does come from? Hold on, let's think on this. Like,
that
where
was
boy?
the beginning.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
So
course,
I
it
hope
was.
you got your answer there, the way Bajan King. I'm pretty sure he knows his story. That's why he asked. On a broader scale, right? What challenges, if any, do you think soca music is facing today? And what do you think can be done to overcome those challenges?
I think that it could be good and bad, but what the good things I see is that there are a lot of carnivals emerging in different all over the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is good for soca because to me soca is the last like 100% love music
Right,
celebration. You know what I
right.
mean? Is that? But what we need to do is to find a bridge where we can. I think we were on the trap. We were on that trap a few years back with like Rupee, Tempted to
Mm-hmm.
Touch, Kevin Little, Turn Me On. Not that you need to go all the way
Well,
over to
yeah.
spring,
Mm-hmm.
but in order to bring recognition and build awareness for the thing, I
Mm-hmm.
think we need to get back to quality songs, quality videos, because this is a time of I mean, there's a video time. There's a visual time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely got to do more videos. That's something that I realized that we in Barbados didn't used to do. You know,
Okay.
we need to do more videos, but it's starting to happen now in the advent of technology and that kind of thing. You're seeing
Mm-hmm.
a lot more visuals, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I think that the soca needs more more thought going into the lyrics. Really, yes. I
I
think
agree with you.
yeah, need more thought. It can't just be because then it will get monotonous and it will
Right.
just among us. So if you ain't from St. Vincent,
Right.
God, you ain't gonna understand it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
need to tread is a tightrope to walk. But I tell you this,
Mm-hmm.
it we need to tread to a ground where we got acceptance. We
Mm-hmm.
lose too much of our own selves with the
Yeah.
music. It loses
Yeah.
its identity,
Mm-hmm.
but the world can embrace it.
Like Killy.
Ah,
Because
that's so
it was
like touch, like you know, like
no, but
turn me
Kelele
on.
was that song too that the tempo in it, right? Made
Mhm.
everyone around the world
Yeah,
understand what you were saying.
yeah, yeah. Well, I
And it
guess.
wasn't too many lyrics, but it was something of substance.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You
There,
know? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, tempted to touch and stuff. They do that crossover without knowing the crossover kind of thing,
yeah,
probably. Or maybe they wanted to crossover and Rupee. Like to this day, you hear and you make me wanna. It's like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that jump is a different thing because jump was, again, it's the melody.
mm-hmm,
Understand?
yeah,
I find the melodies of that's what's really live in your cranium for years and years and years.
right, right,
Yeah, I think we
right.
got to focus on more melody and try to really try to really bring lasting melodies
Yeah,
as
and
opposed to
substance. Lyrics
yeah
of substance.
lyrics of yeah for sure. I think we
Yeah,
got
Real Vision
that's
King
why
is.
That's why I think we
What
need.
you said? Quality, yes, quality. Not so
Yeah.
much the quantity, but the quality
No,
of it.
no. Yes, for sure.
The real Bajan King is saying we need to sing music that not only for the country we are from, but keep it on a more international market with with the hooks. The
He's
hooks. The
he's
hooks is the thing.
absolutely correct. Yeah,
The
he's absolutely
hooks.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you catch them with that hook,
But
that's
the hook
it.
is melody. You see, a hook, that's a melody. That's the melody. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not remember Rupee song word for word, but you will remember,
Mm-hmm.
hey,
Yes.
that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's
And
that kind
they will all let me hold you, come caress
of
my
course.
body. They
You will
remember
always
that.
remember that. You will always
Mm-hmm.
remember that. You
Mm-hmm.
will always remember, I'm a soca junkie. Yeah.
Something easy and
Got
catchy.
songs like that. Yeah.
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 I
Pump me
still
up.
right now Kelly ringing in my head.
Of course, but because you didn't know
Yeah,
that was, you didn't even
yeah.
know that was.
And the lyrics in between.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And that was,
Yes.
but it's still, so they got a lot of things that we can do within soca, um,
hmm
to keep making it grow. Um, but hey, I'll keep pursuing excellence.
Oh.
I'll do.
So Robert is saying that I love how the house community embraced Denise Belfon and Nigel Lewis.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that can happen with a lot more of our songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the whole goal is that amongst us, what 7 million people in the Caribbean. I think it's so.
hmm
The whole intention is to build awareness, more awareness, so that
Right.
they understand that you know it can't just be a handful. That a whole heap of Caribbean artists are in demand. Whole
Mm.
soca artists demand, much like reggae through their culture at the world. I am
Yes.
pretty sure that to this
And the
day,
Afrobeats.
exactly. But I mean, the Afrobeats is different because again, 7 million compared to 700 million is a different number. You know,
Right.
because the Afrobeat is the music of the diaspora, really, the music of
Yes.
Africa.
hmm
So that's a
Yeah.
bigger market. They got some of those artists that are very successful that we never heard of.
It's true.
Yeah. So
So
it's the
true.
numbers different. Even if you look
Yes.
at if you look at what happened with if you look at what happened with reggaeton,
hmm
reggaeton basically, if you know anything about old school dub or dancehall, you
Yes.
know that reggaeton was, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to
They
say
had
vice,
their peak.
but
They
very,
had their peak as well.
of course,
hmm
but they quickly because they got numbers. There's
Yes.
a huge Hispanic population.
That's right.
Yeah, so you know, so that's what
Yeah.
happened. So because our population is not that big, we gotta do so much
Mhm.
more. We gotta work together a lot more. We gotta join forces because the music is the last real. To me, soca is the
Mhm.
last real um, undiscovered
Right.
music. I mean, art form out there. I mean, the
Yeah.
world knows soca yet. You know what I mean? I mean, at
Hmm.
large. I mean, the world at large. I ain't talking
No,
about.
I know what you mean. I'm just thinking like there's so much more to be done.
Yeah, because there's not even a soca Grammy. We don't have. I mean, sometimes you go trying to categorize your music if you go on iTunes and whatever, and you,
Yeah.
you can't even find it. You know, you got going to
Yeah.
world. You got going to World Beat or something. You know, and
Yeah.
that's got to do things more on a grander scale
That's true.
in terms of how we can reach and take soca to the world. You know, I must say again. I will reiterate that you can't lose the essence of what we have. You know, but we gotta
Yeah.
find of pulling it in and
That's
making it.
true.
Yes, for
That's
sure.
true. Like the Caribbean Music Awards, I think they're starting and they got BT on board this year.
Which is good.
Yeah, so that's a start.
Yeah,
That's a start. And BT was posting, stuff pertaining to the awards, and then they started posting something about soca, and I thought that was really good as well.
beautiful. I think they
hmm
used. international soca awards before too. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
But Caribbean Music Awards is good. That's a step in the right direction.
Yes.
No?
I think they did have that, and then I don't know what happened.
I don't know what.
But I think hopefully this time around, it seems like they have, like, every year they're getting a stronger and a stronger support.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing. Thank you, Robert. We appreciate you. And good night to Cordell for being on the live as well. Um,
Sorry.
this question here, I want you
Yeah.
to dig a little deep, right? Because you
Yes.
have been doing this for well over a decade, if not more,
Yes, for sure. For sure.
right? If you
Unapologetic.
could give,
Yes.
say that again,
Unapologetically. It's love. My love.
unapologetically.
My love.
And before I wanted to go there, before I go to this question, sorry, you touched on the vocal quality, right?
Yeah.
How did you do vocal training? Because, or do you just naturally have this
None.
sweet, groovy voice?
None. Never had vocal.
None. So
My
you're
life.
just born with it.
I wouldn't go that far, but I tell you, this is God's work. I don't
Yeah,
try to
yeah.
everything. Some things I just say, well, Father, I thank you that
All
you allow
right.
me to do this. Keep me
Yes.
humble and keep me learning because I
Mhm.
still I still do vocal exercises. I still train my voice. I've
Good.
never official formal. I actually had a guitar tutor at one point. Um,
Oh.
but I've never had a vocal teacher. Nah, nah.
Hmm. But I think you're a man that's used to training because you play tennis, you play
Football.
football.
So,
Yeah,
so when you've come out of sports, to me, it's kind of build discipline and drive, and so everything you do, you can be competitive and you want to learn and you want to be the best.
that's true.
Or at least be good.
True.
Yeah.
I need to address the real Bajan King here because he's saying, yes, it starts, but our Caribbean artists need to be more professional and stay away from being ghetto. I can't say that I know of any Caribbean artists that acts or be ghetto.
Well, I
Um,
kind of know what the real Beijing King is saying. I think that what he's saying, really, to me, how I interpret it is that we need to think international and see ourselves as professional ambassadors of culture,
right. Okay.
cultural ambassadors,
Right.
as opposed to just rah rah
Yeah.
rah rah, back push back here and skin out here and everything. No,
Right.
serious thing because
Yes, yes, yes,
a
yes.
lot of people might think, well, that's all their culture is about, when
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
that could be misleading because it's really about more than that. We got a
True.
lot more offer than that. I mean,
Yeah.
look
I
at,
like,
for instance, look at Kess. Kess,
oh.
Kess. I remember years back, Kess and them were like a rock band, and just applying himself to soca, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like an alternative band. I saw them a night in a club, and I was like, vocalist decent, but
Yeah.
then the soca, I was like, wow, nice.
You would,
So
and
so
he
so
has
so
such a
that's
following.
yeah, but that's testament to thinking big.
Mm-hmm.
That's testament to pursuing excellence. And I am pretty sure that at a lot of stages, myself included, we could have all chosen to, do whatever we think is lewd and crude just to get a few followers. So I think
Right.
that's what the real Bajan King is calling
Okay, understood.
calling
Yeah.
it,
So
right?
the thing is, what I thought about when he said that is, for me, I was like, but hip hop artists, they be themselves, and they people embrace them as they are, and
Yeah.
so on. But I get what he's saying. But
Again,
I think on the same level, I think people should be their authentic selves. You know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But at the same time too,
Mhm.
again, the hip hop got tons of numbers.
Yes.
Hip
Yes.
hop
Yes.
culture, and even within hip hop, there's 4 or 5 or so different types of things. You had the Bone
Mhm.
Thugs Harmony, who was singing ninths and thirteens and things, singing harmonies, like that, and that was, you never expected that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
we gotta show our creativity,
Yeah.
and especially because we pushing this thing to the world. So
Yeah, that's the goal and the aim.
yeah, that's the aim because again, I said this is the last really underexposed music,
Yeah.
and I know we have tons of superstars in soca,
Hmm.
tons that
So,
given the right opportunity and given the right stage and
yeah,
awareness, can be just as big. You know,
that's true.
that's how I see it.
And I think I've heard people said that it's so hard to understand what y'all saying. The power so kind of stuff that might really get, but a nice groovy, they could catch on.
Yeah, and
And
I'll
yeah,
focus on that. Yeah,
with Beijing King, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying anyone's following anyone. I'm just saying that people should be their authentic selves. People will embrace you for your authentic self. That's just my thing, right? But I want to get into this question and I want you to dig deep and think about, right, Mr. Dale?
yeah,
If you could give the younger Mr. Dale a
uh-huh,
piece of advice upon his
yeah,
entry into the soca industry, knowing
yeah.
what you know now, what would that be?
Band
Get a band?
with your band, brother. Keep a band,
Mm.
keep a band.
Why?
Because okay, I'll tell you this. There's a significant amount of exposure
Mm-hmm.
that you would get, a significant more exposure you would get if if you have a band.
Okay.
As you got big song, you run onto stage and you sing 15 minutes. After what that's cool, but after a while, the fans, I've had this because you get hits, and then like I had songs like Born for This and
Mm-hmm.
Drop It and Soca Junkie. So then your fans ain't coming to see you run on stage in the body set and sing 3, 4 songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they start to think, you got all these songs, kind of short.
Right.
That's the
Right.
one. Yeah. You always because at the end of the day, yes, I mean it's a little difficult to it's challenging
Right.
because got tons. I mean, with all the promoters and different shows, everybody can afford to bring a live band. You and
True.
eight and you party at nine.
So
The
true.
economics of it, because then soca does not have in we gotta face reality. We don't have the big ability to fill like Wembley in those stadiums. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Don't don't have that. So
Right.
it don't always be feasible for a promoter. We gotta think about the promoters too, because promoters play a vital role in this thing. It's
That's true.
not always feasible for a promoter to bring a band.
Mm.
So it could be a little challenging. But for me,
Yeah.
I would say keep with a band. Always keep a band because, especially for artists like me, that multi-talented, you know, it's best to keep an
Yeah.
act. It's
And
best
then
to
you
keep
have music upon music upon music
a lot of music.
upon
So
music. But yeah, I got what the Vision King is saying. I understand he's saying that some soca artists get signed to labels and then they drift away from soca and they start singing mainstream stuff, and not staying true to what they were signed for. So I totally get that.
I would tell you this. The to me, um,
Mhm.
it's not necessarily that they start singing that, because a lot. We gotta be real. A lot of the put some ice in there for me, please, baby. A lot, of the labels,
Hmm.
the labels don't really understand soca dread.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because strange territory still.
Yeah.
So I was watching something where Marshall recently had an interview, and he was saying,
Yes.
I gone to this
Mm-hmm.
this label. They're trying to turn me into something when I think
Yes.
so. It, like I said, is a delicate path you got to tread, because you don't
Right.
want identity. Because if you are the one artist out there that is like the flagship bearer, and you get
Mm-hmm.
signed major, you can you can forget all you soca fans or the fans that act
Right.
and try to do some kind of mainstream crossover thing only. But have one or two songs like that, yes, because you're trying to build a new audience and
Right.
always gather awareness, more awareness. But you got to, you really should. Thank you, baby. You really need to. That's the wifey, yeah, yeah.
I forgot that.
Yeah, right. Sweet, got it. Sweet is getting hurt.
Okay. Big
Yeah,
up wifey one time.
um, but yeah, it's a delicate balance. You got
Mm,
you definitely you got to you got to stay true to yourself, but
right.
you also got to understand that you're looking for a new market. Don't lose the
Right.
soca edge. You got to find a way
To mesh it and cross.
to
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of them still don't understand soca. To
That's
them,
true.
think, oh, it's that carnival music. Oh my God, you know.
Yeah. What? Listen, I want to do what I like to play with my guests, five
Mhm.
fast favorites. So I'm going to ask you five questions and I need you
Yeah.
to answer rapidly.
All right, all right, all right.
You
Hold on.
ready? You have enough rum punch in you. You can do this.
Yeah, I actually had too much, so I gone to water now. And
Oh my gosh.
down with our run, but you can't run me in a trap, you know. I see you drink nothing for the night. You ain't tricking
Yeah,
me.
you did. I was drinking. Yeah, what you mean? Always
Uh,
have my cup.
co-
Always
co-
have.
coffee. All right, good.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, the real Bajan thing, we coming back to you. So, we're gonna do five fast favorites. Let's go. What is your favorite Bajan meal?
Cuckoo and flying fish.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, just moving on. Yes,
Wow. Okay. Favorite type of soca, bashment, groovy, or power?
groovy.
Mm. Favorite place to lime in Barbados?
Favorite place to lime?
Yeah.
Uh, I can't call it liming, but I went to
Hangout?
I would say lime hangout. I go to our restaurants. I go to Champers. I will
Okay.
hang out. Yeah, I go to Champers or Buzo. So
All
that
right.
yeah.
There's a boozer in Trinidad as well, if you didn't
Oh,
know.
I
Oh,
know.
okay. Yeah,
Been
yeah,
there. I've been there. Yes.
yeah. So, what is your favorite? A proper Trini wine or a good Bajan walkout?
Boy, some of my old time Trini girlfriends gonna hate me for this, but
What?
uh, a good bid and walk up for sure. But
Well, I know.
I tell you this. Me personally,
Hmm.
can't choose because sometimes, depending on the mood and the vibe, you want a real Trini, and then you want
People
a,
threatening you here,
walk up.
yes?
Yeah,
People
I step up.
threatening you.
I step up. I can take a drink for that. That's I step up.
Okay,
Oh,
last one.
I prefer a Bajan waka. Yeah.
All right, well, you ain't have a choice because you're getting sex, right? So, the last one. What is your favorite place to visit outside of Barbados? Favorite country, favorite place?
Outside of Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
You're stuck on this one.
Yeah, boy. People might say, man, Dale, you crazy, but I love New York. I mean,
I
honestly,
mean, I
I love,
expected you to say New York. Every Bajan I had on Behind the
love,
Soca said New
and
York.
yeah, and because too, you got, I mean, there's so much of my people there, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
because before music, I was a footballer. We used to go there and play every summer. So I love New York. You get New York. That's the truth, for real.
The real Bajan king
I
is
ain't living
saying,
there.
don't say
I ain't living there.
Boston.
Huh?
You're not, why, be cold?
You tell me don't say Boston.
Don't
You
say Boston.
no,
I
what happened?
can't.
My father lived in Boston for like 25 years. So
Oh, wow.
New York people used to think it was Boston, but they didn't understand because I would always leave New York. and they
Mm.
can't find you, man. You raised my. I in Boston, but I used to everybody. My mother was living there, but you know, in New York, everybody want party. They're in town.
Yes. Yeah.
And I always had to put aside some time for the old lady. You know, because
Yes. That's right. That's right. You had to get away
the
and
real
have some peace.
they can't know too much of your business. That's why you
Oh
know,
boy, let
know,
me tell
know
you,
my
he is
business.
going in. Um, what advice would you give to artists, young artists in the industry today?
I'd say again, I'd say stay humble,
Mm-hmm.
focus on the pursuit of excellence, learn to play an instrument. It is still music, you
Right.
know. At the end of the day, it's still music, and it will help you keep practicing your craft. Because I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you get swell headed, you know, you get a little hit here, you get hit, and you think you're yeah, Freddie Mercury, you know what I mean? But trust me, music got a way of humbling you. Take it from me.
Right.
So you know,
Mm-hmm.
just stay humble and keep working, working, keep working. And if you think that if you get hit and you find, stay humble, keep working,
Keep working.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's me. That's all I could tell him. Yeah,
And what would you say to the seasoned artists in the business?
seasoned artists in the business don't hate. Try and
Mm.
encourage. I say this because I find
Mhm.
some of the seniors is like, you know, it's almost like, man, they been singing nothing and we ain't got nothing. You know, really and truly, when I came into the game, I didn't get
Mhm.
that. Honestly,
Right.
I got encouragement. I get phone calls from John King and Red Plastic, but from legends. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I was already a popular personality in terms of
Right.
sport.
Right.
So, but these guys reached out to me. They didn't have to. They could have
Mm-hmm.
seen me as a threat. But what
Right.
they reached out to me and said, well, you know, try this and do that, or I think you're trying to move too much on the stage. And then Gabby would tell me,
Oh,
encourage me to pick up an instrument, and it's a lot of them things. So
nice.
that's what I would say to the and I mean, to me, some of the experienced people still got a lot to offer. They got a lot
Mm-hmm.
to offer.
Yeah.
I find that if you look at the genres, right, when you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
especially let's say Barbados, for instance, and I know it's the Caribbean, it's the same across the Caribbean. If you check the statistics,
Yeah.
our the demographic is extremely high now with the over 50s.
Right.
It's a big over 50s demographic.
Mm-hmm.
Big, big. But somehow we keep structuring events and parties and everything for the on the 30s. So we miss
Yes.
out on them. So the people out there like ain't got nowhere to go, and then they
Right.
stop going out. So
Yeah.
we we've got to. I think that we've got to focus in on that market a
Yeah.
lot more, because those are the ones.
Encompass everyone. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got encompass everyone, and
Yeah.
don't. Oh man, this is a young people thing, because really and truly, I tell you this: the biggest soca act
Mm.
is probably 50, 51.
Right.
I'm exposing you age, Michelle, but I use my boy
Oh
to
my gosh. Yeah, yeah,
but that
yeah.
is the
Everybody
thing,
know.
right?
Uh-huh.
And he always finds a way to keep himself fresh, keep the music fresh. So that's
That's
what he
right.
do, and that's what the seniors, the more, don't let me say seniors, because that's a bad word. Let me
Mhm.
say, let's say the more experienced artists,
Right.
right? We got to
Right.
keep finding ways to, embrace the youth as well, and
Mhm.
try to, because there's a lot you can learn from what is trending.
Right.
So
Right.
it's good, and you don't need everything.
That's true.
You don't need everything, but you
That's true.
move with it for real.
Mm. So what's next on the agenda for Mr. Dale?
The next, I am now in. Well, there are two things really. For me, I'm working on the promotion of this Somebody record.
Somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, this is my new record. It's a
Mm-hmm.
new record. We got culture here. Like, okay, the other day I was at the airport and people say, "You going with Dale? You going with?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't heading out now." But you ready for next year? I was like, "What? You got
Why
your
why you
music
quite next year?
next?" Because that we keep making the thing disposable.
You're
But
right.
the world didn't even know this year's song. You know what I mean? So
Mm, true.
So right now, I'm trying to put a lot of effort into promoting and marketing
Nice.
beyond the Caribbean to get these records, to get this record in out
Love
there.
it. Love
Yeah.
it.
So
Yeah.
it will entail a video,
Oh,
um,
nice.
a new video because it's like a visual before a
Yeah.
visual. That's just a one shot thing.
Right.
But we want to do a full length video
Hmm.
and quite possibly a collaboration. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big thing. Big
I've also
things coming.
yeah, still working. Because you see, for me, there's still what I've noticed is that although I was off the scene for a little bit, dealing with
Hmm.
personal matters, my
Right.
mom sick and that kind of thing, 4 or 5 years, there's still that respect for what I do, and it's
Nice.
get
That's
love.
good.
So you can't refuse that.
Yeah.
So on that end, uh, I've got a collaboration with Skinny Fabulous. We're working on a
Oh,
video now. Yeah,
nice.
that we did about a year back. It was supposed to
Hmm.
come out last year, but we're gonna put heads together. We've
Nice.
already sorted all the vocals and everything. It's just we're trying to work the visuals now because to me it doesn't make sense if you got a real record, without
Mm.
some kind of visual. You need
That's
it.
true. In this market today,
Yeah,
yes.
you need that. You need
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you have things like in motion. You're not
yeah, work.
waiting
Of course, I'm
till
trying to
next year.
get myself right too. Drinking a lot of water instead of yeah, trying to get myself right.
That's
I'll be,
good. That's good. I want you to give the people on your social media handles so if they want to book you, collab with you,
yeah,
get
man.
something written, they know who
Yeah,
to contact.
yeah, for sure. I can be reached at all of these social medias at platforms at
Mm-hmm.
MISTAH Mr. Dale. Yeah,
Yes. I know
M
you
I
can see it here, so make sure.
yeah, man, for
Make
sure.
sure y'all go follow Mr. Dale, see what
Yeah.
he's up to, get familiar with everything from. I didn't even know. You shocked me. Shocked me about. And that telling me I need to go and do deeper digging.
Yeah, you gotta dig deeper for sure. But don't
I'm
worry,
gonna.
some stuff so you would know exactly.
Yes, good, good. And then
Another thing is
yes,
because I used to be so laid back, and then I realized
right.
now I realize you know what, you can't lay back on talent. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But promote
That's true.
the aggressive world, you promote, and you got the social media platforms now to do it. So
Easy connection.
yeah, man, you have
Easy
to.
connection. I
Yeah,
want to shout out your team for putting this together. They were so quick on the emails, man. They didn't miss a beat.
Danny, she's a boss.
Yes, so
Danny,
shout out Danny and shout out your team for putting this together.
man, respect.
Um, the real Bajan King is going to GPS you, trying to track you. But I really, really, truly appreciate your time. And I thank you for joining me on Behind the Soca, the
Yeah,
original Soca Junkie,
always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Feel free to.
Mr. Kelele. Right? So thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me on Behind the Soca. This will be posted in my feed. So if you want to check it out tomorrow, you can.
Yes, for sure. Respect, yeah.
I
One
hope
love.
you have a good
King,
night.
king,
Blessings and love.
king, a boss forever.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody, man. Respect. It's been great. I want to thank you
Yep.
for having me. Anytime,
Definitely.
and blessings, right?
We have a connection now. So,
For sure.
yes, man.
All right. One
All
love. Good.
right. Good
Yeah.
night.
Sweetness inside of my